I really like the machine as a general statement. It's really comfy to be in. Obviously air conditioning helps in that sense. The controls are really well laid out, so it's kind of intuitive with how you sit there. Visibility is very good. The turning circle is impressive. It's very manoeuvrable. There's not really many things that I found that I dislike about it, to be honest. I'm David Pettitt. My business is West Hall Farm. It's a family partnership. I'm the fourth generation farmer here at West Hall in Rickinghall. My great-grandfather bought the farm in 1919. I've only ever hired machines before. I've never owned a JCB until the Loadall that I've got now. I've got a 54270 and I bought that in May 2023. I'd had a telehandler for 9 or 10 years. I had to look for an alternative. I looked at several different brands, but what really attracted me to the JCB was the DualTech Gearbox. So that's a hydrostatic-based transmission for when I'm going around the yard, so it's very responsive, it's self-braking. We have fewer staff these days, like a lot of farms, so we need a machine that's more versatile. And so with the DualTech, that gave me great towing capacity. So rather than having to use a tractor to tow a trailer of fertiliser or seed, for example, I could tow happily behind the JCB without losing power or speed on the road. There's a mechanical gearbox at the top of the range, so you don't lose any speed or power when you're towing, which historically with other machines has always been the case. And in terms of the hydraulics, the pump is excellent in that I can use all the services at the same time, so I can be lifting, crowding the bucket and booming all at the same time without losing any function. I use the Loadall for all sorts of jobs. It's one of those machines that you're on and off all day, most days. We don't have livestock, so I'm using it for loading grain, loading seed, loading fertiliser, and I'm also, we've got a woodland that's a site of special scientific interest, so we do quite a bit of timber work, general stuff really, all sorts of maintenance jobs, towing. Yeah, it's used pretty much every day. The cab's really nice. You know, the air conditioning works very well, which is always nice in the summer, but it's comfortable. The seat's very good. The layout of the controls is excellent. Everything seems to be just where you need it to be, so there must have been quite a bit of thought going into laying out the cab. There are so many changes going on in farming at the moment that I think it's more important to have a reliable partner that you can trust, that you know that the product will cover your needs and be backed up well. I feel very supported by PEX. Obviously it's a relatively new relationship of a couple of years, but when I bought the machine, I bought it on a 5-year payment cycle and with a 5-year warranty, and I also bought a 5-year service package. So I'm pretty confident that my needs are covered in terms of looking after the machine and making sure that it's always ready to go whenever I need it, particularly with fewer or no staff on the farm. It's a machine that you use all the time, and so you always need to have that confidence that it's ready to go. Moving forward as well, in terms of alternative fuels, that's something that I know JCB have been working on in terms of hydrogen, for example, and again, that's an important thing that these machines are able to do that in the future. Would I buy a JCB Loadall again? I think yes is the short answer to that question. The machine I had before, I had for 9 or 10 years. It suited me in a lot of ways, and so any machine I bought subsequent to that was, you know, it had a lot to live up to. And I have to admit that the machines I looked at, I had quite low expectations, but the JCB has exceeded all of my expectations in terms of how it drives, comfort, visibility, and I would certainly buy one again.